we're not ready to go yet. Come inside, let's have a little chat. All right, have a seat. So I'm staying at a place called the McKinley Creekside Cabins. And just for the record, it's not McKinley anymore. It's not even Mount, it's just Denali is the name of the mountain. I just want to say, kind of in retrospect, I didn't realize by staying up here, it was going to be so far away from the mountain. Saw an amazing range on my way in. And as I was driving north from Anchorage, on the left-hand side was just a row of trees that was kind of really blocking my view. And I think I expressed in a vlog before, I wish there were more turnouts because that's kind of what I came to see. Now, maybe if I would have made a right-hand turn at the fork and actually gone up to Talkeetna, I would have seen what I was looking for. In fact, I think I'm going to head there later tonight or maybe tomorrow on my way back through Anchorage to Seward. And that's going to be a long drive. I think it's 6 hours, which means 8 hours the way I drive. My plan today, first of all, let me read something to you. And another thing, I'm going to open this up and have a little taste of this. This is a rhubarb muffin, if you can believe it. I used to eat rhubarb as a kid. Well, it's just the topping. I'm not going to eat on camera, but dying to dive into this thing. My grandmother had rhubarb in her garden, and I used to eat it all the time. Very sour. Oh, yeah. Also have at dinner, there's an option to get a to-go lunch. Looks pretty good. Opted for the roast beef. A bear-friendly lunch. So this here is the summer guide. So I'm reading this section under bear encounters, and there's several bullet points. But I want to read these two, or this one bullet point here. Maybe these two, okay. If a bear approaches you and acts sneaky, it is likely displaying curious behavior. When encountering a curious bear, you should stand your ground. Don't back away. Yell at the bear and try to look large and intimidating. Be aggressive with your voice and movements. If a curious bear attacks, fight back. Okay, so he's acting sneaky. I got it. He's a curious bear. I'm supposed to fight back. What do you mean by fight? If a bear moves toward you quickly and looks aggressive, it is likely displaying defensive behavior. When encountering a defensive bear, you should appear large but non-threatening. Your movements and voice should be soft, or should be slow and soft. If the bear is not advancing, take the opportunity to slowly back away. If a defensive bear attacks, you should play dead. Do not move until you're sure that the bear has left the area. So I really, first and foremost, I need to be determining while I'm out there whether he's a curious bear or an aggressive bear. And is he sneaky or displaying defensive behavior? I don't know if I'm going to remember any of that. That's the reason I've been photographing a lot of stuff from the car. So the plan today, I'm just going to barely go into the park, I think. Actually, here's the deal. I just want to mention this one site called Earth Trekkers, and I'll do a link to their post below. Had I known about this post, I don't know if I would have come up here, because my goal was to really see the mountains. And you can only go in so far. You can go to, I think it's mile marker 15, Savage Campground. I could be wrong. In fact, I probably am wrong. So maybe I can do a voiceover and show you on a map what I'm talking about. All right, so this is that site I was talking about, Earth Trekkers. By the way, a fantastic site if we just scroll through here. I think if I had to pick one site to change mine to, it's really laid out well, as you could see. It's a family that travels
I can't say enough. I'm really going to dive back into this site a little bit more. Look how clean and neat this thing is. I have bookmarked, as you could see over here, this is the site or the post I was talking about, what to do in Denali while Denali Park Road is closed, and is it worth it? So as you can see, this is a really involved post that they put up beginning of April. Table of contents, you could fast forward or skip to any of these sections, but I want to scroll down to this here. As you can see, the park entrance is right here, and that is as far as you could go, right where my arrow's at. This is the mountain range right here that I really wanted to get close to, but as you can see, there's no way to get there now. And what happened in 2021, there was a major landslide that prevents you from going any further than here. And they're estimating it's going to be 2026 till it's finished, to where you can get up to this Ellison or Eelson area and Wonder Lake, any of this stuff. That's the shot I wanted. Wonder Lake in the foreground, Denali in the background. Again, I should have known that going up there. I did, you'll see later in this video where I come down to Talkeetna, which I pronounced wrong, of course, in the video. I was actually closer to the mountains when I was down here than I was up at Denali. But as you can see in this, it's quite an elaborate post that you can read and determine whether it's worth you going there. Because again, Wonder Lake, mile 84, you can't, or mile 85, you can't go there because the buses don't go that far. They do talk, and this is the hike that I went on, this Horseshoe Lake Trail, a couple of other viewpoints. Down here, they talk about something I was interested in doing, but didn't do, and that is taking a flight scene tour, which I would definitely do next time. I have a couple of still shots when I was there of a couple of companies to use. I took this shot as well. It's the viewpoint south, as close as I got. I went to the viewpoint north. Didn't really look that much better. Again, I hope this was some information that is relevant, or I hope I didn't just make this video longer. But again, I would definitely go to these guys' website and check it out. And I hope someday my content is half as good as this website here. That's all I got. Back to you, Mike.
I am no expert on any of this stuff. I just happen to bumble my way into Denali, and I'm just kind of sharing my thoughts. You know, maybe I don't have any recommendations now. By the end of the day, hopefully I will have laid some breadcrumbs or some rhubarb muffin crumbs. Maybe tell more of a story about what I recommend should you find yourself here as a slightly out of shape 60-year-old man like myself. This thing's amazing. Whoa! All right, I'm on this, what they say is a simple hike. Horseshoe Trail, Horseshoe Lake, something. It's the first one. Whoa, I don't see anybody in front of me. Not really at the water level yet, and I've really... Oh, here comes some people. Good. Get a little concerned at this point with the bears. Just talked to a gentleman back there. It was down here. Asked him if there was any signs of any bears. No bears. Beaver dam, though. Beavers. Jesus. Walking up the stairs was a challenge. I just want to tell you. I think somewhere they said it was a strenuous hike, but I saw 0.6 of a mile. I don't know. Goes around, you see a beaver dam, which is very cool. Then you take, it got to a point where I wasn't sure where I was going. I got behind 3 women who worked here, I think. I heard them talking. I was like, I didn't want to be that creepy guy following them, asking questions, but I did, in joking, say that they were my group, and they were my natural bear spray. Anyway, it was a nice walk. I didn't see any beavers. I saw the beaver dam, which was cool. There's a bunch of birds down there. Saw the results of beavers, the little cone-shaped stumps. I've seen photos of moose down there on the lake, too. I think that was my hike for the day. I don't think I'm going to do anything more strenuous. I think I'm pushing it. Again, you can only go so far into the park. I don't know if I want to do the bus thing, because I don't know if I'm going to see anything midday. I'll probably drive in again as far as I can. But anyway, yeah, what a great hike. I highly recommend it. But beware, when you're going down the steps, you got to come back up the steps. You know, maybe take an energy bar and a bottle of water, which I didn't do. I mean, I guess it's okay to pull off to the side of the road. I haven't seen any police around here. I mean, is this legal? I don't know. All I can say is I've got like 360-degree view of mountains. I think I got out before. Let me just put the DJI out the sunroof and just do a quick pan here. Well, that ain't good. Area up here with this landslide that happened, I think a couple of years ago. There's a couple of lakes that I saw some amazing photographs of. You can't really get to them unless you like extreme hike in, or there's a lot of planes that do charter. You know, you can take a plane ride out there. In fact, I'm real close to doing that actually. Would just get you close to the mountains, you know. It makes me grateful for I'm going to pull off over here. There's actually a place to pull off. I'm grateful for the times that I have seen like mountains in Europe, like the Monk, Eiger, and the Jungfrau. I remember staying in back then, I'm half tempted to get on the roof of my car with my tripod and do a panorama here. I'm going to get the camera out in a second. Maybe I'll stand out of the roof and do a pano with this camera.
But I remember staying in the in Switzerland in a $5 a night hostel with an amazing view of these mountains, the Monk, Eiger, and the Jungfrau. And then I remember taking a tram up to the top of this one hill and then hiking down to get an amazing view of the Matterhorn. So I'm just, from other experiences, I'm used to getting like right close to the mountain. And that's not the case here, but it's unique. It's what it is. Still a little disappointed, I guess, that I can't get closer, but I've really enjoyed this drive. But check this out. Man, when the traffic dies down, it is so peaceful up here, actually. I can't believe there's no homes up here. There's no nothing. This is one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in my life. Maybe it's protected up here. I have to figure out where I am. What mile marker. It's somewhere between Denali National Park and Denali State Park. I've got no information other than if you're here, just stop. And, I hear one of those planes, actually. That's what I should do. If I was here one more day, I would do that. $8 million flight. And just for the record, it was not a plane. It was a semi. It was an SUV passing a semi. My dad used to always say, "Why is everybody in such a goddamn hurry?" I tend to agree sometimes. Oh my God. Dude, there's like a rocky beach down there with campers and cabins and campsites everywhere. People camping right along the river. I think you might see that in Talkeetna. It's coming up here. Talkeetna Road Junction in 5 miles. So, this was a cute little town. Talkeetna. Wow, what a funky little town. Hard to drive with this scenery. It really is. Freaking amazing. I just wanted to mention how, challenging it is. I've got this quick thing that I'm doing here. I'm just kind of dipping in and out of places, but yet at the same time trying to I haven't really deviated away from my love of photography and landscape photography specifically. And I see some of these shots in these gift shops and stuff, and I have to remember that I was reading something about this one guy, and he's like, he knows all the spots. I mean, he lives here, and he lives, eats, and breathes photography in this area. So for me to pop in here, think I'm going to know where to go, is kind of like, give myself a little bit of a break, Trey Radcliffe had this site called Stuck on Earth, and what it would, you could basically geotag your images and then put them on this site, And it was really a site to help people find great photo locations. And I used it for a little while. Again, I don't even know if it's live still, but I don't know where I'm going with this. Basically, I don't even know where I'm going tonight. Am I done? Or am I still gonna find anything? Who knows? Today's a fun day. I did a lot of driving again. I don't know if I got many images. I'll probably share a few at the end like I normally do. Whatever there is. A lot of them some were shot from the car, I'll be the first to admit. Some were from scenic stops. And I had a nice walk this morning. It was a good way to start the day, and searching for light at the end of the day is, to me, a perfect day. That's all I got for now. I'm going to head down to Seward tomorrow. It's going to be a long day of driving. And then the following day, I'm going to be out on a boat going to the glaciers and looking for, almost positive we're going to see some whales. So I'm real excited about that. Don't know if I'll be recording tomorrow. We'll see. I don't know if I need to do another driving video, but we'll see what happens. All right, made it back to the cabin. I noticed that the pizza place next door is open until 2 in the morning. You know what the coolest part about all this is right now? It's 11 p.m. Look at all the light out still. Does it ever get dark? I should stay up tonight and just see when it does get dark, if it gets dark. Maybe it doesn't. They say sunset is 11:30 and sunrise is like 4. But does it really set? That's the question. I think it gets longer in June. Anyway, we just gotta walk over the bridge here, and it's next door. And I actually smell pizza right now. What a great day. Again, spend 2 nights in a place. That's the secret, man. I'm glad I stayed up here. I'm glad because I got to drive that thing. I just saw another moose on the way here. 2 moose down in the field and down in the meadow. Probably wouldn't have seen that in Talkeetna, whatever it's called. It's getting windy now. We'll see you in the morning. Look at this. Look at this view, by the way. The mountains. Alaska. More on all this later.